If you want to be coached by someone that podiumed at the first ever MX Bikes LAN event, then click the Discord link in the description below, follow the steps on screen to book a one-on-one session with me now. Anyway, enjoy the video. Alright boys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, in this video, we are here at St. Louis for round 12 of the Aerial Supercross Championship. And it was one of those tracks again where there is absolutely zero skill gap. It was just like last week where there was zero gap between anyone. So it was absolute carnage racing once again. And in my personal opinion, as a pro racer, so the top like 0.1% of this game, I think these tracks need to change. These tracks cannot be like this because there is zero skill gap. They are pro tracks and there is no skill needed to race them, basically. Me and Linz come into this round tied, so the goal today is to try and beat Linz so we can overtake him in points. But yeah, we got P6 in qualifying, which I'm happy with, and we got P3 in the heat race. So we got a decent gate pick, so let's try and get a good start if we can. We're using the St. Jude bike again because they St. Jude this weekend, or last weekend, technically as it would have been because you guys are going to be seeing this on Monday. But yeah, terrible start. I think I got hit from the outside, but I also was on the brakes I was basically on the throttle for way too long, which is totally my bad. So not a good start whatsoever. Also, as you can see on the standings on the left, they are updated, but they are screwed because the race settings had changed, which I didn't know. So I basically wasn't even looking at my standings because it didn't work. I had no idea where the gap was on anyone. So I need to still get that sorted. But yeah, that sole section that we just went through with that little right-hander Supercross triple finish jump, horrible. I don't know why they're so big. I didn't watch any of the 250s, but I can imagine they were rather awkward to race. But yeah, coming from the back of the pack, P17 start. Let's see what we can do. This Dylan guy here was rather questionable, is the term I'd use. Tries to jump to the inside there when there's a guy there, so gets bumped out. Then has to slam on his brakes there because he jumped off the track. And then what does he do here? He triples to the inside, bumps me, bumps Dorian, bumps the guy next to me, which I think was Cam. I don't know what he was doing, but he was absolutely fighting for his life. And it's the start of the race, and we're in 14th. So I don't know why he's trying to defend with his life, but rather sketchy and questionable ways to ride. We then case his Supercross triple again, which by the way we are on a 450 and we are casing a Supercross triple. It is that big. I don't know who allowed the scaling, but it is what it is. But yeah, it is not going great so far, and as you can see, Linz is right behind. The goal for today was to try and beat Linz. We come into this round tied in points, so the goal today is to just try and beat Linz so we can overtake him in points. I have no idea how I managed to get through there and survive, but we're into the top 10 now, so we've gone 17th to 10th. Let's keep pushing forwards and keep trying to get as far up as we possibly can, because we know that there is zero skill gap on this track, which basically means zero gap between anyone. So one or two little mistakes and we're right back down to P17, right where we started. As you can see on the map, utter carnage everywhere. Cam dives up the inside there, good move. A little bit of contact on the front, but nothing wrong with that at all. Very, very clean pass. But yeah, P10 on track. Let's see if we can keep pushing forwards and keep trying to beat Linz, who is right on our booty now. Now, I don't actually know if that was my fault that Linz crashed. I'm pretty sure I had enough room to get to the inside there, and I'm pretty sure he crashed as I was already in the air of the finish jump, so I don't think that was on me. I do need to check his stream back because I haven't checked that. But I do apologise, Linz, if that was my fault, but from my POV, I don't believe it was, but I'll have to check that back. But yeah, we are right onto the back of Troy now, who is only, I believe, 4 points ahead of us in the standings right now. So we need to try and beat him as well. It is very, very close. I'm 8th in points, and we are, I think it's 10 points or something like that, behind 5th in the championship, which that is my goal this year, is to get 5th in the championship. And we're very close. Like I said, we're only about 10 points off. This year has been absolute carnage with all the server issues that we've had at the start, but everyone is now really, really close. So I'm very, very close. Obviously, me and Linz are tied. Troy's only a couple points ahead of me. So yeah, managed to get the move on Troy, and let's keep pushing forwards. We are now into the top 10 still. Let's keep pushing forwards. So we're in P9, Cam rolls over that rut, goes down, so it puts us into P8. So we've gone from 17th to 8th, and we've got Davey in front of us now, so let's try to catch up to Davey and catch up to that group in front of us. So skipping it forwards now about 3.5, almost 4 laps, and we've managed to catch up to Davey, who does make a mistake, and then I make a mistake by just rolling over that rut and have to double the Supercross triple, which then allows Cam to come back past us again. But we've caught up to Davey, who's in P7, so let's see if we can get into that P7 spot. It was very, very tight here. Us all battling was allowing Linz to catch back up to us again. As you can see, me and Davey are in a different rhythm. That's always the scariest part. Just catches my front end as he lands, so I have to do a different rut. That does allow Linz to get right next to us and pass us. Again, Davey's in a different rhythm, just trying to avoid everyone. But same thing as last week, where there's just zero gap. As you can see, we are over halfway in this race, and we're genuinely going 4 wide into sections. That is how close everyone is right now. Callum goes down, so that gives us another position, so we are now up into P8, and again the goal is to beat Linz, and we're right onto the back of him. Just keep pushing and see if we can overtake him. And just like that, we've managed to get the move on Linz, which puts us up into P7 now. But we now have Chase right on us. Anytime you make any move, or you make any little mistake, there's 9 people right on your arse again. That is just how close everyone was. It was quite annoying to race, to be honest. Annoyingly just catch my back end there in that double one. I don't know what the rhythm is through here, so I didn't want to risk it. I just doubled my way through because I hadn't done that at all. So yeah, a little bit annoying. That does allow Linz to come back past us again, which is a little bit annoying. So let's try and get him back. Another little mistake there, and again just allows everyone to catch right back up to you again. So really, really frustrated. Little mistake there. So that has allowed Linz to get quite a bit of a gap on us now. The last whoop, or the second to last whoop, started to get a really, really annoying kicker on it, and it was just kicking you right at the last second. Even if you were going like good through the whoops, that last one would just kick you right before the Supercross triple. So we're not going down, which is really, really annoying. And again, it's the same thing as last week. 1 or 2 little mistakes or a crash like that just allows everyone to catch back up to you again. All that hard work you put in down the drain just from one simple crash. And then we get into this room here. Callum's made a mistake, so he's in a different rhythm. And we get to the really, really annoying corner, and we just make a silly mistake by catching our back end and then casing. And then unfortunately just catch Callum there, who goes down as well. And then Troy just hits my front end. I think there's more netcode rather than what Troy did. I'm not blaming that on Troy at all. But yeah, that is like 3 positions. So we've had 2 crashes in 1 lap. We've gone from 9th to 13th. Just from 2 quick crashes. They were not quick crashes. They were not ghosted crashes. Yeah. They were just simple, quick, oh, I've gone down, let me get back up again. And then we do this because we're pushing too hard. And then that allows more people to come by us. And then we're down into 14th. 9th to 14th because of 2 little, quick crashes. And then we managed to catch back up to the big group that we were in at the start. But obviously them 2 crashes made us fall out of the pack. But yeah, we are just in utter carnage. As you can see, there's 3 minutes left. We have done 17 laps. And there's genuinely about 8 of us in one rhythm. Like, it is crazy. Like, it is nuts how close everyone is. And then get a little kick in the whoops again, which is really, really annoying. Land onto the back of someone, and then trying to turn around and just wrong place, wrong time. Diesel comes landed on me, and we go down again. So we catch all the way back up to that pack, which I believe was about P7, P8 again. And we go flying back down to P14. Supercar ship was so shit, we're hitting 360s on it. Yeah, that's basically the extent as what the main event was. Really, we end up crossing the line in P12, and yeah, not happy with that whatsoever. And really, really frustrating night just with how the track is. It's such an easy track that it's really frustratingly easy to the point where there's no skill gap. Everyone's doing the exact same lines, everyone's doing the exact same speed. It is literally just whoever can hit this final section good, it does well, basically. So P12, little bit of a frustrating night overall. But yeah, didn't manage to beat Linz. I believe Linz got 7th or something. And as you can see in the chat, not very happy, saying that there's more of a skill gap in the Forest race. But yeah, not happy with that. We ended up going down to P9 in points because Neon won. So I had 15 points on Neon, but he gained that back because he won and I got 12. So yeah, really frustrating night overall, but it's what it is. A few more rounds to go. Let's see what we can do. And again, we're not far off 5th in points. So let's keep pushing and let's see what we can do. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.